Okay. This is Ebony Jones with urbanswirl.com. I'm here with recording artist Joonie, who just released his debut album, Acoustic Love, on April 27th. Joonie, you come from a family filled with musical talent. How did that shape your musical vision?
Well, I think for the most part it's genetics. I really didn't get too much from my parents, but my mom, she just really tried to put me around, music, different atmospheres, particularly gospel, and so I think that kind of helped shape me as an artist today.
Oh, excellent. And you started singing when you were in the church. What led you to a secular music career rather than a gospel music career?
Well, I really didn't sing much in church, honestly. I did a lot of playing of the piano. That was my first instrument. And as I got older, around 17, 18, I was just making and creating tracks and music, and I was trying to get songs placed, and I didn't have anybody to sing the songs, so I would just sing them myself. And people started to hear it, and they were enjoying it, so it was like, I just decided to just go with it, So, and for the most part, it's just stuff that I felt like, just music within me that I just wanted to express, and it felt good, so I just continued to do it.
Okay. You talked about you had all of these songs and you really needed someone to sing them, and then people heard your work and you got a little bit of a street buzz, and you got your first record deal at 21. What did you learn about the industry and experience with that first record deal?
Well, I learned through that first record deal that it is a cutthroat industry. But I gained a lot from it, for the most part. I gained contacts. I learned from different producers and engineers that were working on my project at the time. I just soaked it all in. And one of the things that I did, even with the record that I have now, I just used all of that knowledge that I gained from that experience to put into my project now. And it's pretty much 100% Joonie. This Acoustic Love album is 100% Joonie. A lot of the stuff is mixed by myself and engineered and stuff by my own self. So that's what I gained from that.
And do you play most of the instruments on your album yourself as well?
Right, I play all of the instruments on the album, did all of the production. I wrote 98% of the album. On two of the songs, I actually utilized my brother Randy Gary, who wrote on a couple of the songs, and Crystal Witherspoon was a great writer, and she wrote on a couple of the songs. But for the most part, it's 100% Joonie.
Okay. I noticed also that you're really pushing your album sale via the web on iTunes and through your website, JoonieZone.com. What do you think about the new direction of music distribution as far as the labels and music piracy?
Well, as far as piracy, honestly, people are going to do what they want to do. I can't really control that, so I don't know how much, but I would hope and pray that people would support, artists who are doing it this way, because this is their livelihood, especially new artists, but just overall, I think that, having the internet as a resource to share your music with the world, I think it's a great opportunity that shouldn't be slept on. And for independent artists particularly, I think it's one of the greatest tools that we can use to get our music to the masses. I guess that's it.
Okay. And as a new artist, how do you feel about the attention you've been getting overseas and with the difference with that market, the foreign market overseas, and the U.S. music market?
Well, honestly, overseas, I've been overseas a couple of times, and they have a different kind of appreciation for music. Here in the United States, we have an appreciation for music as well, but I think overseas, they just show it a little bit more. They're a little bit more verbal, a little bit more, especially when it comes to independent artists. There's a lot of artists who go overseas and make, great livings over there, off of their music. And I think it's because they just show their appreciation for music just a little bit more in some areas. But I'm loving it. I love the exposure that I'm getting over there, and the love that I'm getting over there. So.
Oh, cool. And your first single, So Fly, how do you feel about the reception that it's been getting over here in the States?
I'm excited about it. I'm loving it. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from it. We're just now starting to really push it. I'm actually going to shoot a video for it here soon, and we're just going to take it from there.
Okay. And your album and the title track for the album is Acoustic Love. What was the inspiration for that song and the album title?
Well, Acoustic Love is a song that I wrote. Actually, it's one of the few songs from my last deal that I actually kept and revived. And it's one of those songs that was basically written with fantasy, the fantasy of being in a genuine relationship and just past experience. And, I thought that it was a perfect title for the album, being that most of my songs speak about genuine love, true love, real love, and that's what it's about. That's what the song is about, and that's really what the album is about. Just the whole hope that there is, giving people hope that there is such thing as genuine love and long-lasting relationships and things of that nature. So.
Okay. And I noticed a lot of the tracks on your album are done with real instrumentation, and it's devoid of a lot of the studio enhancements that are utilized a lot today. How do you feel about artists and music that use those studio enhancements like auto-tune? Is it a tool or a crutch?
Well, it depends on the artist. Some artists use it as a crutch. I actually use auto-tune on probably two songs on my album, and I use it as a tool. It's like a creative tool. But for the most part, I just wanted people to experience me. I enjoy singing just because I'm able to do it. I've been blessed to be able to do it, so why not do it that way? But if I do use auto-tune, it's just as something to be creative with, as opposed to something that I'm leaning on. And sometimes, like I was talking to someone about this the other day, and you have the young kid who comes from a really just like the slums, like they don't really have much, and then they got a family to feed and things like that, and it's like if a major label offers them X amount of dollars to just do a dance and throw some auto-tune on their voice and get out there and do it, like, they're going to do it. And I don't blame them for doing it. Honestly, take care of your family, if that's what it takes. So, but on the other side of it, it's kind of like, just have a little bit of, respect for those who can and who are, able to get out there and do, what they do, their craft or whatever else, the artists, just have some respect for the people who bring the genuine, the real music and stuff to the table, So I guess that's my look on it.
Okay. And along with that, then what artists would you like to collaborate with?
Any and everybody who's creative. I just like to create, honestly. But if I had to name some, I would name probably like John Mayer. I would love to do a song with him. Alicia Keys.
Okay.
There's a long list I can go down. But those are two of the ones that I really like their music, and I wouldn't mind collabing with them. I think we can come up with some great stuff.
Okay. You mentioned that you're about to shoot your first video for the album. When can we expect to get a sneak peek at that, and what are some other projects you're working on?
Well, you can expect to see the So Fly video within the next, I'll say 3 weeks to a month. Should be complete. And, right now, I've been on a couple different mixtapes and things like that, but right now my main focus is promoting this Acoustic Love album and securing the tour, securing a couple of international deals, and taking over the world with this great music, That's pretty much where I stand with it right now.
Okay. And who will you be touring with?
Right now, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely, we're definitely in talks with a couple of companies about going out. So definitely keep your ears and your eyes open, because I will be doing it. So, ready.
Okay. Well, Joonie, thank you so much for taking the time out with us this afternoon. And once again, this is Ebony Jones with urbansworld.com, here with recording artist Joonie. Acoustic Love is available now. You can get it on iTunes or direct at JoonieZone.com. It's a phenomenal album, and it's just what you need to get your summer groove on. So as we wrap up with Joonie, is there anything else you want to say to your fans out there?
I just want to say that I love you guys. I appreciate you. Keep supporting great music. Stay tuned.